Hello, SpeedGaming, and welcome to the Super Metroid Triple Bingo Tournament Finals. This is it. This is the last 3 games that we're gonna see of Bingo. So, really excited for that. Yeah, I'm here today with Apathy Duck. How are you doing, Duck?
I'm good. How are you?
Excited, nervous, but excited.
Nervous?
Nervous, yeah.
What are you nervous about? You're not racing.
But I am. I'm racing to be the commentator who thinks of the best route first.
Okay, well, I guess we can go head to head on that one. But yeah, no, it should be a really good one. With all respect to everyone else in this tournament, there's a lot of high quality players, but I think these two are definitely the class of the tournament. So I've been looking forward to this match ever since they ended up being 1 and 2. Both just really good players. Cutie's number 4 in any percent, so really high skilled player. Azder, I feel like is always the favorite in anything that's not a vanilla race of SM. He's so good at like the bingos and the randos and all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be kind of similar to Azder's last race, where he's like, there's only like 2 people in this tournament I think he's got an execution advantage of, a disadvantage of, and he's had to face in the last 2 rounds. The difference between MGA and the last round and Cutie here is MGA's weakness was not being a big fan of the fan tune first, which is really useful on these. Cutie, obviously, like I said, 4th, so definitely strong there. So Azra's going to need to outroute Cutie, I think. If they do the exact same thing, I think Cutie's going to be favorite here. But even like outrouting, like you can pick the same rows, but just do it a little smarter way. They're close enough that'll be enough for Azra to win.
Yeah, any route that you can find here that saves you a couple minutes on Cutie would benefit Aster a lot. We are seeing the card. The runners are also seeing the card for the very first time. They need to choose any 3 lines to complete, and that's it. Don't have to beat the game, but yeah, the hard part is trying to run and read the card at the same time.
Yeah, got both Brimstone Missile recharge stations in the middle. That's a pretty easy one for the middle. We also got Destroy One Statue. There's nothing that jumps off the page at me here.
I see column 3, row 5, defeat Ridley.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough Ridley on this. Like you still got like Bot Wound. You got too much like North or Meridia, I think, to make the Ridley play. So I think, plus there's Wreck Ship Reserve Tank. Like you could do but doing like Kraid, Fantoon, Ridley, that's not gonna.
That's way too much. Yeah, I think row 5, column 3, row 2 are completely off the table.
Yeah, row 3 looks decent. 20 super missiles, like Spring Ball, Skip, Grapple Beam. Like I think that's a good one to start with, and then you got your Ice Beam for free on that. I'm not. If you have to do a Dragon, you can do like column 1 and like column 5 or row 1. No, just 2. That's 2 finishes. Column 1, row 3, column 5. No, column 5's got unjoined missiles. Never mind. Oh, bottom left, top right. Column 1, bottom left, top right. Row 3 doesn't look bad. Just trying to something like that.
You can't do bottom left, top right, and column 1.
Oh, the skip. Yeah.
Right, skip high jump and then collect high jump. Ugh, this is kind of bad.
This is interesting. It's not.
This is
I've said there's a difference between hard cards and long cards. Like this feels like a hard card because there's a lot of stuff on here. I can't immediately see something great here. I think you kind of want to. It feels like you want to avoid the Norfair stuff, but there's also a decent amount. Maybe you do Norfair here and finish on Ridley. Might be possible.
I don't know. That just takes such a long time.
If you can do like Fantoon Ridley, or even Kraid Ridley, it's not that bad. Like if you can finish in Ridley or finish in Metal Pirates or something, it's actually pretty quick.
Yeah. The thing with this Ridley, though, is that it's paired with skipping charge, or it's paired with getting Wreck Ship Reserve Tank.
Yeah, skipping charge makes like Kraid Ridley not really do. You have to get a lot of missiles, at which point you're almost doing 125. But like Fantoon into you can get 20 supers on the way. You get early supers, Spore Spawn, and then both in Wreck Ship. And then even if like you did it's not on here, but if you did like a GT, you could get 25 even. That makes it pretty doable without charge, especially with a couple of power bombs and some missiles. But yeah, we'll see what these guys do. Also, just a point of order here. Normally, we try to be incredibly not biased during these, but we decided just to have two incredibly biased commentators today. Where Cutie is my partner in SMZ3, and Polar Bear Bunny's Azder's partner, so we definitely have rooting interest. Plus, if Cutie wins, I win the predictions. So you know, I've got a lot on the line here.
Azder is my partner in everything. I didn't do a prediction, but I would have picked him, so yeah.
Really?
Completely biased here.
Okay, we did a criteria map. I didn't even like see that.
Oh, I didn't see it either.
Let's column 5 and row 4.
Interesting.
If he's getting that, he's already got Dragon planned. This feels like something you might be able to skip Dragon on, but I can't like solve it. I like I've said before, I actually find it harder to do the cards when you're not. Cutie's not getting that.
That's definitely a row 4 play. We're not doing column 5. There's no way.
No, you're right. We're not 125 missiles, but that's column 4, which means he's getting space jump, which might also be bottom left, top right, something like that. Probably not. We're definitely not going to see like a Ridley or maybe a screw attack, but I doubt it. I don't think you have to on this card. Cutie not doing it. That does seem like row 4 seems pretty good if you're going to do Dragon. So that's interesting. He might also be getting it like later. If he's got to do a Bryn revisit. There's not a lot of Bryn revisit on this, though. There's like 20 power bombs, which is a little hard to do without a revisit. So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah.
If you're doing row 4, you're kind of stuck doing column 1 and then either top left, bottom right, which kind of is bad because it's so Fantoon first and then Wreck Ship Reserve is on there, so you have to get speed and come back for that.
Yeah, I highly doubt we're gonna see a Wreck Ship Reserve tank here.
So you're probably looking at row 4, row 3, and column 1.
Or yeah, you can't do any of right.
That's like the only option if you are doing row 4.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was looking at originally, except for the music exclusive thing I came up with. But yeah, we'll see what Cutie's doing. Not getting that. That just seems like maybe he's got some skipping Dragon in here. But I feel like if you're gonna do Dragon, row 4 is one of the better ones to do. So that might be a mistake, or maybe he just doesn't have the card solved yet. Because this is a more difficult card. I wouldn't be. Although sometimes I'm surprised. Like I say, it's a hard card, and Cutie will come in. It's like I had it by series Ridley. I'm like, okay, cool. Are seeing this is a good hint. We are seeing a reserve tank here. That could be, so that's interesting. The reserve tank is in the 11 minus X, which is a lot, or 125. That might be the bottom left, top right. That actually, I think this is, I was saying row 4 is good. It does force you to skip high jump boots. That can cost you a lot of time. If you can do bottom left, top right, and then some other stuff, maybe row 1 then at that point, that's actually pretty good. And then something else, row 1, column 2, actually looks pretty good. Yeah, row 1, bottom left, top right, column 2, I think actually looks decent. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's Cutie going for. I think that might because the high jump boots just matters so much. Like, the thing is, like, it might be the case that skipping high jump boots is like the optimal thing to do if you had perfect movement, but like, so few people are going to have perfect movement, especially like late game and like Meridian stuff, without high jump boots, because it's just something you're not used to. Like, you do it in like low ice, but yeah, here's the skip charge beam. So. I think it's at least bottom left, top right in row 1. The third might be up for debate, but I think with the finish in column 2 makes sense, especially because you're going to defeat bottom already for free. Wave beam's really cheap to get. Wait, no, that's mutually exclusive because there's collect and skip grapple beam, so he can't do that.
You're right.
Yeah, so he's got a third row to do. We'll see what that is. It might even be column. No, not column 3. I was thinking of the. Or it could be row. No, row 2 is 125 missiles.
Column 4? It's not great, but
yeah, column 4 is not. I was thinking the 11 minus X is pretty bad. It's not, especially he's getting the 1 reserve. Like with Fantoon first, like I kind of think of like 8 E tanks is about the max you can get, relatively comfy. You do pretty much have to do the Bryn revisit at that point, and then it's just 3 reserve tanks, which isn't too terrible. Cutie uncharacteristically struggling in this red tower.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Passon, I think he skipped charge too. I assume he did. Azder will skip charge whether or not a tile commands him to or not if he feels he doesn't need charge.
Yeah, he said with, especially with, you know, a couple of the players that are slightly better at execution than him, it's like, it's one of the few places he feels like he can actually get an edge. Being a little bit more used to running on these like non-traditional item sets. So not a big time save overall, but you know, just that stuff will add up. We are getting beta power bombs. I like this early on. It's pretty easy to get, and it gets you some extra power bombs early. I had a conversation with him. He's not a fan of just getting it just to have the extra. So this is probably for 10 power, at least 10 power bombs, maybe 20.
Yeah, 20 power bombs there in column 1 and row 2. Yeah, kind of like we said before, I think you were doing row 4. You're going to be doing column 1 as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Cutie, I think, is set up for the CWJ and gets it first try. Nicely done.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, both these players are so good. Like, they have, between them in the entire tournament, they have 1 loss between them. By some guy, so you know.
Some guy. I think. Did Cutie get a 105, the max score in one of the quals?
Yeah, they both have a max score qual as well. I bet like Cutie's only like quote unquote the only time he's never not coming first was one of the quals, and that was he lost to Azder by a couple seconds. So yeah, these guys are really. That's the only time his name hasn't been #1 in any of these races. So, like I said, this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, Azure taking the moat with the horizontal bomb jump. Just a little bit behind coming into Fantoon here. Fantoon patterns could even be a big deal in this race. Cutie getting a slow, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things for skipping charge is it makes the Fantoon fight a lot more nerve-wracking, because if you do enrage him, you have to deal with that enrage phase. I'm sure both these guys know how to avoid the flames, but it's still pretty tricky, especially if you can't take any hits. So it does make it a little bit, you just really don't want to whiff a shot and enrage him.
Azure actually coming in without any supers.
Yeah, so Cutie actually getting a 3 round here.
He wants a drop. Yeah.
Yeah, the no super here is pretty bad. Yeah, it's going to force a 3 round for Azder too. Cutie should be able to finish this up right here. It does, and Azder's right behind. I think Azder's patterns... Oh, never mind. I was going to say Azder's patterns was a little bit better because he closed the gap here a little bit, but it's going to go on to the 4th round.
Yeah, if this had been a fast instead of what it is, it would have been quite a bit closer.
Yeah, whenever you make a mistake, you're going to get it slow. It's just... Oh no!
Another round, still not enough.
Yeah, just not getting the super drops. But it's part of the problem with getting that beta PB. You can kind of nip the side hoppers to get them back. You can also just, if you're not full, honestly, like just going down and farming the cacks to make sure you're full. It takes a couple seconds, but you don't want to be in the situation Azder was in, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was just one last missile for that last round. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, and like this is one of the few matchups where stuff like that's actually going to make a difference. Okay, so we saw left side, but not right side supers from Cutie. Not a lot of super collect. I think that's just like those supers are just so valuable. I think yeah, both are just getting them just because like running with 5 supers is pretty rough.
Yeah, really helps out to have a lot of ammo here in the attic, and then entering Meridia, if that's where they're going later. But yeah, nothing really involving the wreck ship on this card other than getting gravity suit. So
Yeah,
we'll kind of just see standard movement here.
a lot of like the first 15 minutes triple being a lot is just set up. You're not really necessarily getting objectives. You're getting like your one suit that either crate first or Fantoon first, just sort of setting that up. Sometimes there's some wreck ship where you can complete some stuff in here, but like you said, don't really have much in the way of that. So we're just getting our gravity suit. That's pretty much the only point of this trip that we'll need for a lot of this other stuff, because yeah, they're both, I can't imagine both of them not killing Dragon on this card at this point. Like I said, maybe there's some fancy stuff you could have done to avoid Dragon, but it seems like they've both done stuff to commit to that Dragon kill.
Yeah, this card, whether you want to skip high jump or get high jump, you have to get space jump as well.
Yeah, I think like it's I think I like Cutie's plan a little bit better, taking the, because you're killing Dragon anyways, let's take the card with high jump rather than taking the one without high jump, and that'll pay us back. Even if it's a little worse of a route, I think it's worth that enough that I think it makes more sense to get the high. So like row 4 versus bottom left top right, I think because you can get the high jump, bottom left top right just becomes better.
Yeah, I think the hugest problem with the skip high jump tiles comes along when you actually have to go back to Brinstar. And in the route here, it doesn't seem like either of them are going to have to. So I think maybe Azder's okay with that risk.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's not, if you're just going to Dragon, like there's not that bad. You'll miss full halfy, you'll miss but there's a lot of like shines you're doing anyways, like the Mount Everest shine you're just doing, so it's not really a big deal. But you know, it does make Main Street takes a little extra time. Like it does cost, you know, probably even optimally probably costs like 20 to 30 seconds not having it. We do see Azder, this is another difference, Azder coming back here to get this criteria power bomb. That's, yep, so that's more row 4. Cutie can also just skip this. It looks like he's just going to, like anytime you can just go Fantoon down to Meridia, like that's actually pretty strong. Even just this criteria powerbomb trip isn't too bad, but you can see like Azder's just kind of spending time here while Cutie's getting deeper into the map here.
This is the bomb jump right at the end, the first time. Cutie picking up Spazer. I don't think that's on here, is it?
That might just be an any percent oopsies. Yeah, I don't see Spazer. It's not really gonna, like, unless he's no, because he doesn't have charge. I was like saying, unless he's actually going to Ridley and you wanted that Spazer. I think that's just a, yeah, I think that's an 80% oopsies, because you just get that when you're doing this. So
just like Spazer, that's fine, you know. And then, well, Azder's going down through here. What is he gonna get now?
Statue, I assume.
I'm completely blind. I cannot find it. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, that might be column 2. Column 2 does make sense.
Yeah.
That would eliminate row 3 and column 1.
Yeah, it would.
So what would his last one be? Is the issue. I don't see what to do with that. I mean, defeat Ridley, but like, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing column 3 if you're doing.
I mean, I guess the only thing he can do is come back up for the wreck ship reserve tank. At that point.
Oh, finish at wreck ship? Yeah, that's true. Me and Azder had one where we finished in wreck ship E. I guess finishing wreck ship is so much worse.
Yeah.
Because like you have to do bowling and everything. Like finishing wreck ship energy tank's not terrible. Oh, we do. Okay,
row 3.
Is this going to be? Oh.
Row 3, row 4.
It looks
column
bottom
2?
left top right. God, I wonder if he misread the card like I did.
Wait, you can't do that either. I don't know.
You could do like row 3 for the bow from Brinstar Missile makes sense, but then like you can't. Then why did you? Did he actually destroy the statue? He's just coming.
Oh.
No, he didn't. Okay.
Never mind.
You know what it could have been? It could have been he switched rows and he needs to come back to Brinstar or he's collecting energy tanks.
And some supers.
And supers. What is? Oh, 20 super missiles. Ah, row 3. That's why. Ah, I see. Row 3, row 4, and then question mark.
Yeah, column 1 probably.
Yeah, no, because finishing. Oh yeah. No, that's fine. Finishing thermometer. Yeah, it's got to be column 1 then. That's also the 20 power bombs. That makes sense. That's got to be row 3, row 4, column 1. Meanwhile, Cutie's already at his speed booster. Yeah, I think. Unless I'm missing something, I think Cutie's route is a little stronger here. He's gonna have speed, high jump, space jump. I wonder if he might have to go back to Brinstar, but he's gonna have all the toys to do it pretty quickly if he does.
Mm-hmm. I sure also probably want more E-tanks for an X-ray play without grapple if he plans to like get X-ray soon.
Yeah, I was also thinking Cutie's gonna do bottom left, top right, but I haven't seen him go to any of these Brinstar missile recharge. Maybe he is planning on doing a Bryn revisit at the end. That would make sense. He could come out and get X-ray really easy because he got space jump at that point. We got a couple more things filled in here.
Cutie has talked about that before, like ending on your Brinstar loop instead, being pretty strong.
I think that actually came from one. I did that on one of my races. I was kind of forced to, and he was like, "It's actually not as bad as you think it is," because like doing the Brinstar loop originally, right after wreck ship, you don't have speed, you don't have high jump. So even though the routing is a little better, it is slow because of all that. I think it's still stronger overall if you don't have to come back. But if there's a reason for you to come back later, then it can be pretty. Because really the only thing it costs, it just costs the walk, right? And it's only like a minute to get there. It's not that bad. But yeah, azder very nice. Getting this X-ray this early can be pretty tricky. So very nicely done.
Yeah, executes the D-boost perfectly. Just has to get back.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is column 4, bottom left, top right, and it can't be row 3. Maybe column 2 for Cutie, and so he's going to do the 11 minus X reserve, because he's going to be able to get like waterway and stuff with speed afterwards. So I think he is doing a late Bryn revisit. I think that's the plan here.
You think Cutie's doing column 4?
Yeah, I think it's a column 4, column 2, bottom left, top right is my guess.
I think column 4 is pretty rough. Just Spring Ball takes a lot of time, and then collecting all those tanks takes a lot of time too. But it is kind of one of your only options if you are getting high jump and you want to avoid Ridley.
Yeah, like I said, I think both of them. They basically azder picked the skip high jump, and Cutie picked picking up high jump, and it's kind of defined their route.
Mm-hmm. They really limited themselves.
Yeah, I mean, well, the card limited themselves. Yeah, I fully I expect coming up here. I expect going into Kraid right now to get that first recharge, putting it off later till he has speed just to make it a little bit faster. And then azder already having to do some extra stuff because he doesn't have high jump. Yeah, it's just going to cost him a lot of time. And again, with these two, like just a little thing like this, like I could see the high jump decision basically deciding this race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you look at this holistically, right, the collect space jump and skip high jump, and the high jump boost speed booster and space jump are mutually exclusive, and just in complete vacuum, right? You'd rather get all of them than skip the high jump because you're faster, right? And like the big thing really there is space, because you kind of want speed and you kind of want high jump anyways, no matter what. Space generally just comes too late to actually be useful in triple bingo, unless like you're going to like plasma, and even then it's pretty minor. So space is the only thing that really costs you there, and it's like if you just have to pick one of them, pick the one that makes you have the go fast boots. And yeah, here is the Brinstar.
Yep.
Missile recharge. Doesn't actually have to fill up. I think this is just, he literally only had 2, so I think that's actually a pretty smart fill up there. Especially with no charge. Yeah, he'd have to use supers to get out, so that's a good call on the refill there, I think. Well, I guess not. He could have just sped through him. You know, if he is doing column 4, like, we'll have to see what energy tanks he actually gets. Like, at that point, killing Kraid is actually not that bad, because you get the E-tank. Like, he's come so far already, like...
So I was thinking, too, like, his E-tank situation is kind of...
Yeah, I mean, if you're going back through the Brinstar anyways, we'll see if he picks up any, like, particularly bad ones, but he can get Mamaturo, he can get Bot Wound, he can get all the Brinstar ones pretty cheap. Like, I think the only one he could potentially pick up where I'd go, he probably should have just killed Kraid, is, like, Gauntlet, maybe. Because he's going to have to come pretty far for that.
Yeah. But I mean, Mama Turtle and Batoon, that's 2, and then there's only 3 left in Brinstar.
Actually, I kind of take that back, because if he's finishing in an elevator, like, he can go through Gauntlet, and then he's just going to pop out right by an elevator. So that's actually not that bad. So... Yeah, we'll keep an eye out if we see any particularly bad E-tanks. Because Kraid does take a good minute to kill. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
It's probably like 30 to 40 seconds on it. It's just his animation. You're just sitting there. Like, the actual kill is really quick, obviously, but you have to sit through that entire animation, which is slow. It's basically bowling alley again.
I don't know, if I'm doing the math right, he has to get the Meridia Reserve as well.
Yeah, but if he's coming down for, like, X-ray and everything, I don't think that's that bad. Like, he's committed to leaving after Dragon anyways, so I think that's fine. Because otherwise you'd, like, 80% it up to the top, and then you'd have to go down anyways for... Yeah, if he's going to do X-ray later, Meridia is actually routes in pretty nicely. So he's going to have... Let's see, he's going to have 4 E-tanks here after he gets Bot Wound. He'll have 3 reserves after that Meridia. That's going to be 7 total, so he needs 4 more. Yeah, and there's 4 in Brinstar, so he should be fine. Yeah, I think he gets Waterway, he gets Wavegate, and he gets Edacoons, and then he gets Gauntlet. Loops back around, finishes in the elevator. I think that makes sense. And then I don't think Kraid's better than any of those. So yeah, I think this is fine. Does have a lot of walking to do. Meanwhile, Azder is... I think Azder is going to be able to finish on Space Jump, if I'm looking at this correctly. Oh no, he's got...
Finish in
he'll have to come out.
Turtle.
Yeah, he'll have to come out to Mama Turtle. Oh, and Cutie needs Spring Ball too, which makes that Meridia E-tank completely, or reserve completely free. He'll just come down that sand pit, grab it, and then he has to go into the worst sand pit. Oh no, he'll get down the way back. Okay, never mind. Like Hundo, good old Hundo straps. Yeah, plus he's full health here. Like, it just makes way more sense to get on the way back.
Nice full healthy for your full health. Yeah, I was reviewing back for the refill station as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with what I said before. I think Azder's route might be slightly more efficient overall in routing. I just think the high jump boots makes Cutie's route stronger. Again, I could eat my words here. This is probably my bias coming through a little bit too, but yeah, I kind of like what Cutie's doing. Although, I mean, Azder looks like it's in a really good spot
for the ice clip, probably.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah. Actually, that's probably why. Yep. Nope. Well, he has been practicing. He can do it with just wave ice, so I don't even necessarily think that's true.
You can do it with anything, but if you have a better time doing like the actual like jumping into the room setup with just the one-shot freeze, I think Azder
went 1 or 2 rooms to the left before he turned around. He only minorly forgot it. Yeah, he just went like 1 extra room.
Yeah. That's all of the good stuff for Cutie, the high jump boot, speed booster, and space jump.
Yeah, you can see here through range. That was actually a nice, really nice entry without high jump. But even he's got to kind of like take these platforms a little slower. Like it's just there's so much little stuff. Just a sec. It's like a second a room almost. Like it really, really starts adding up quick. But Azder, I mean, doing very, very well with it. So like I said, Azder's really good at these like off standard item sets. It's probably one of his biggest strengths. So him skipping, I mean, if nothing else, I think these routes just make sense for these runners, right? Like Azder is going to be much better at this. Cutie's just, he'd rather just take the comfort and say like, you know, it's so hard to like judge these routes. Just go like, these are close enough on balance. I'd rather have the high jump, which I think is completely fair.
Right.
Oh, Cutie going for the yo dog. Doesn't get the speed. Can't fall down through here. So yeah, expect going over to the reserve.
Yeah, that's true. Cutie has to go to the bad sand pit, and Usher could go to the good sand pit.
I mean, they're all the bad sand pits.
Yeah, well, he has to get the power bomb. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's fine. They're each gonna pick up an item in the sand pit here. Yeah, I think, you know, all that talk, because Azder's not gonna have to do much once he's finished here. So I think he's got this one actually, because Cutie's still got some Bryn revisit stuff to do.
Yeah.
Azder's got like, I think he's just got space jump and then come down to Mama Turtle. Let me see. Oh no, he's got to do spring ball too. So he'll have to do this as well. But then he can just finish in Mama Turtle. So yeah, it looks like, I mean, Cutie's definitely ahead here, like just in like, you know, he's obviously further along, but Azder's got less to do to finish. All right, here's Cutie setting up for, oh, he didn't have, yeah, that he did get space, right, he didn't have the charge, that's why.
I know what I'm talking about sometimes. I'm kidding. That was a really interesting setup. I'm just gonna say, I think he has it. Yeah. Okay.
He's been practicing a lot of these dumb setups, so.
Very nicely done. Yeah, I was gonna say this. Getting a spring ball with this ice clip, it's not free by any means, so it could definitely be a bit of an equalizer if Azder has trouble with it.
Yeah, now I think one of the biggest things on this for Azder here is this fight. Doesn't have a lot of ammo. Getting these shines without high jump is way harder. So he's gonna need a pretty decent fight here. Like, I think Azder's in pretty good. I think he's definitely in good shape to take this one, but a particularly bad fight here. Oh, never mind. Just gonna nail it. Again, like, yeah. I mean, this is just Azder's strength. Like, this is like, he looks like he's doing it normally. It's like, God, he just got a 3-spark high jump. All right. But yeah, it just looks like he did that normally. Like he had high jump. That is, like, I know it doesn't. If you're used to a Dragon fight, that probably like, yeah, that looks normal. Like, I don't know what you're talking. Like, no, that is so much harder. Like, that was really, really impressive.
If you've never ran any percent, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Dragon is the worst boss. Don't let Azder tell you otherwise by how good that looked.
I mean, it depends on what any percent you're doing, because if you only have wave spacer for Ridley is definitely the worst boss. Like,
you have ice stuck. Come on.
Oh, okay. Dragon, I mean, Dragon's kind of like just Crate on steroids. There's just like a script you do, and then, but it's, you know, you just hope you don't mess it up. But I mean, it's definitely a harder script.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, where Ridley and, I mean, even Fantoon is kind of like scripted with like the Doppler strats and everything, but it's still pretty hard to do. Ridley is just a nightmare. Like, Ridley is just a nightmare no matter what you're doing.
I guess I'll just put an asterisk and say I'm speaking from old route experience, but yes.
Yeah. The worst part about Dragon in new route is that it's the last thing. That's what makes it awful. That's what really, because it's just like, okay, I did all the hard stuff, like just have to not mess up Dragon, and it's like, oh no, I messed up Dragon, or she gave me more extra soups or something. Like it's just all awful.
And then all route 2, like, yeah, you have to not mess it up. But if you mess up Dragon, she can also easily kill you, unlike Kraid.
Yeah, so I think because Cutie's gonna have to do this whole Bryn reloop, he's gonna have to come up, finish in the elevator. I'm pretty sure Azder's got this. Cutie has made me look foolish before by just going way faster than
you think?
like, oh yeah, he's fast. I remember now. But I think Azder has this one. Oh, Azder still has to do this. I mean, this can go very poorly very quickly.
Yep. This is
it's already going a little poorly. This
is really, really important. He has to get this in the next couple of tries.
Yeah, he's not doing a setup either. He's just kind of YOLOing it.
He's gonna use his X-ray, actually.
Oh, yeah, good point. He does have X-ray. Oh, that's one of the reasons he got X-ray early. Okay.
Yeah. I like this call.
Yeah, this is a good call. It makes this, yeah, it doesn't make it nearly as precise. So, yeah.
Yeah, good thinking there. Definitely not what I would have planned out, just because.
Yeah, I don't.
The boosts across X-ray are so dangerous.
I'm gonna say like he did that just because the route. It just made more sense for his routing, anyways. This was just a side benefit of it, and maybe it might have like as far as when he's planning his route was like it made him a little bit more willing to do it because like oh I'll have X-ray so it's fine. But I don't think he specifically got X-ray early just for this. I think it was just that was the way the route worked. And oh, Cutie's. Does he need this one?
He uses E-Tank, probably.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't think he needed this one. This is gonna be kind of slow.
I think he does. I think he needs all 3 that are here.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe he's not gonna get the Gauntlet one. I was thinking coming up for Gauntlet and then looping back around, or maybe not. Actually, you know what? Never mind. This is gonna be better because he can get the last E-Tank at Edekun's and just finish in that elevator. So never mind. This is gonna be better.
Azder just has to get to Mama Turtle when he's done.
Yeah, this is close, but Azder I think definitely has this.
A lot lit up on this card in the past couple minutes.
Yeah, that can happen. It makes it hard to judge these sometimes, but there's some, especially like collection ones, like so much can come together. Especially with people like, you know, these two, the top 2 runners, like they just plan the routes where like just everything will come together in like the last like couple of minutes. You can go from like having almost nothing to having everything very quickly.
He also has to not die on the way to.
Yeah, Cutie's just got way too much collection at this point. He's got to do all this Bryn. He needs like all these E-Tanks, and Azder is pretty much here. So this will be like a 2-minute win for Azder, I think, something like that. There's that charge beam. Don't pick that up on the way out, Cutie.
Say hi. I know it'll take a lot of pressure off for Azder to get this first win. Racing Cutie in anything is just super scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, honestly, I think the way this went, like, I think Cutie's rows were the correct call for anyone but Azder. Azder is just so good at not actually having high jump. Like, I think if Cutie picked Azder's rows, I think Cutie's time would be worse. Honestly, just because he's just so good with the standard set. Like, I mean, he's obviously still good without it, but just like given the option, he'd rather have it. But yeah, I mean, this 11 minus X thing, I think, is the big thing that really hurt him. I don't know if there was some.
I think that tile or the spring ball tile, like on their own, not together,
maybe
would have been okay.
Maybe if Cutie did like row 3 instead of column 4, you know, like, and then do this cleanup stuff earlier, I think might have worked. Yeah, like if you did like row 3, bottom left, top right, and I don't know, like maybe row 1 at that point. I think that's possible. That might have been a little better. You'd have to get the grapple beam, so
he couldn't. He would, yeah. Then he couldn't do a row 3.
Oh, the 2 finishes, yeah.
Yeah, I think what he chose was correct if you're getting high jump boots.
Yeah, row 1, row 2. I don't know. It's hard. This is like I said. This is a hard card to solve.
Yeah, for sure.
Which again, like when you're just trying to solve this so quickly, I think the call like I'm just going to get high jump. I have to make a choice. I'll pick the one of high jump and then work around that. I think that's a perfectly fair starting point. And again, I think for 99% of people, it's probably the right call. They're going to be faster overall. Azder just did so well without those high jump boots that, it's why he's the #1 seed. Like, he's good at this triple bingo stuff.
Imagine our 1 seed. What seed was Cutie? Is Cutie the 2 seed?
Cutie's the 2 seed, yeah. This one, like, we had a couple upsets early, mostly because of people being stupid. But like once we got to like the 3rd round, everything just started to go completely chalk. So it's pretty funny. Especially like it's weird for a triple bingo tournament actually to go this chalk just because there is so much like difference and everything. But yeah, Q's gonna be finishing up here still with the sub 40. I believe that's done for him as well. Unless I missed something.
Not yet. Wait.
I'm referring to Derp. Guys, no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, Derp.
I'm sure you have some choice words for Derp as well.
I will not call that an upset. I will call that bad luck.
And then even if you did beat Derp, then you had me. So
Yeah,
I feel really bad for you.
Like either way, I'm not.
You're really the one. You're really the one who paid for our degeneracy and JD.
Yep.
But yep, that is game 1 for us. Oh, Cutie knew the stat. Okay, now he's done.
No, he's not.
No, he's gotta go back to the elevator. All right. Never mind. This route's terrible. This is why. Yeah, this is why I was thinking originally the gauntlet and come back down. Maybe that would have been better for retro then. I don't know. I guess that elevator's still pretty far away.
Cutie's saying in the race room that he did have to switch his route mid. He was wanting to do row 1, I think, but then realized he couldn't.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I mean, still pretty close. I mean, 3 minutes honestly is not too bad, especially like when things. It's just so hard to estimate. Like even with just estimating within 3 minutes, it's not like an 8% where it's like, oh, this is like a 30 frame time save. Like you have no idea. So, anyways, that is game 1 for us. We will be back shortly for game 2. It will be an elimination game if Azder manages to take it 2-0. If Cutie manages to win, though, we will go with a game 3. So we will be back shortly. Just hang around. We'll change the episode over and be back.
See you soon.